Hello, this is a Hightop HT22. It's a 2.2 ton mini excavator made by Hightop. And I have this one on loan from GSA Equipment out of Ohio. GSA Equipment is a dealership and they deal with a lot of these Chinese machines. Hightop, Durette, Ripa, Daihatsu mini trucks. You know what? Let me show you real quick while I have the opportunity. GSA sells Durette, V-Meng, Ripa. Durette's like this, Ripa's like this. And big Ripa excavators like these as well. So if you do want to pick up some equipment, think about calling GSA because they will give you a $200 discount on any machine you choose if you mention my channel, Our Life in Trees. So this HT22 comes in two options, one with the cab, one without the cab. This is not a machine specifically designed for a cab. It's one that they add at the factory if you choose to have that. If you do want a cab, it gives you air conditioning, which is awesome. And this thing will freeze you out. Honestly, I wonder why they put an air conditioner that strong in this thing. Because I cranked it up one day, windows open, and it about froze me out. I had to turn the vents way off me. So I don't know, it's amazing. I can't believe how well it works, 12-volt air conditioner. These tracks on it are 5 feet long, 60 inches, which is pretty darn impressive. They're a foot tall. It comes with a bucket that measures in at 17.5 inches wide. So definitely bigger than your little 1-ton machine. The height of this is crazy. I'm gonna give you a guess because I can't get all the way to the top. We're looking at right about 8 feet tall. I think just a little over with that air conditioner on the roof. Machine width with the tracks extended. You're looking at a pretty good footprint, 50 inches wide. It's no slouch. So I'm gonna tell you a sad story about the life of this machine and the realities of shipping. Sometimes in shipping, things get damaged. This machine got damaged. It got hit here at the front. It got smacked really good right here. And you can't really tell very well, but this is caved in. So this window won't open. It's stuck open. You can't close it anymore. And this window, because it's got pushed in, knocked it loose in the front. And so driving down the highway for 4 states away to get to here to Oklahoma, this window ripped right out. So casualties of shipping on this one. And today's freezing cold and it was outside because it doesn't fit in my garage. So the windows are all fogged up. Another thing that happened to this is the back end got smashed, which broke this hinge. And then when I was opening and closing the trunk, I personally broke this hinge. Why? Because I left the power on and I killed the battery. So I had to pull off the counterweight to get back to the battery, which is a challenge because I can't pull the side panel off to get to it because it's got a cab on top of it. So currently I have the back panel just taped on because, yeah, it's broken. I broke the hinges. So besides the shipping damage, which has shipping damage all over it, it seems to be a pretty awesome machine. So on this machine, we've got the quick connect adapter here, which is hydraulic. So you can change out attachments on this from inside the cab without even stepping outside if you want to stay in the nice, cool cab on a summer day. We've got our grease fittings here. We've got needle fittings. Yeah, needle fittings and all these. I don't see grease fittings on that. How do you grease that? I'm not sure. The thumb, it's got needle fittings there. I'm not sure. I don't think any thumbs really have grease points on the machines I've been looking at recently. So it's nice that the cylinder's on the back side of the arm all the way around. So it's protected. So if something were to hit, you're not gonna hit your cylinder, and that's a positive. This does have a light on the boom here, which only works if the boom is way down, because right now it's pointing in the sky. But you've got your backup light source up top, and these are pretty bright. They'll light up the area. I think all excavators need lights on top. This one, the digging one's nice, but those are amazing. So here, Kubota D1105. That's what kind of engine we have. And I would open the hood, but it's nicely taped shut right now. It's a nice clean engine bay. The battery's just off to the side here. Everything's accessible. You can see your filters are accessible right there. Your overflow tank, everything's right there. But because this one's damaged, I'm not gonna pull that off right now. I did take off this counterweight at one point and scratched it up pretty good, but that counterweight, oh my word, it's so heavy. This does come with the expandable tracks. You press a button inside and the tracks will narrow themselves down. That's why this dozer blade has these pins. You can flip these in to make it just as wide as that. With it out, it's 52 inches, but this machine will narrow down to 39.5 inches, which is nice. And we did have to do that to load this on the truck. So inside your operator station, I do like this handle. It's really nice. And when you open it, it clips in here. And so when you want to open your door again, you just press that. To get out once you're inside, you just pull on that latch, and that's really nice also. So in here, this is your thumb control, which you have that big, huge hydraulic thumb. And if you want to make sure you don't hit that accidentally, you flip this down and it's a footrest. And then this one over here, this is for your side swing boom, which is a really nice feature. You can see there, that's the ram for your side swing boom. Something I did forget to mention, the drive motors for this on this rear sprocket is built into the sprocket. So you don't have the big, huge drive motor sticking out and the big, huge lines. And you got a tow point on the back too, which is nice. So I have this open so I don't forget to do the battery again. I keep it flipped off so I don't kill my battery again like I did before, because stupid. And when you pull that panel out of the way, you have full access to all of your hoses. Now, to me, it looks like a bird nest of hoses. I don't know anything about this stuff, and I hope I never have to mess with any hoses like that, because wow. But they're all there. And then you pop that panel back in. Now I have this open, which with the cab on it doesn't want to close. So I have to pick this panel up and put it down with it closed or put it down with it open. I'm gonna leave it open so we can access that. If you pull this lever, that's how you do your adjustable tracks. And then these are your drive sticks, which actually the foot pedals work great. To climb inside, you got this big grab bar here and you've got another right there. And then when you're operating, like I said, you can rest your feet here, which is really nice. But if you need to use either of these, you just flip it up and then you have access to use your controls. I do like that. These are long throw sticks, which are not the longest I've seen, but they still are pretty long. But I really like these big, huge foot pedals. That's how I operate it. I just use the big pedals, not so much in reverse, but just driving along, it's so easy. I'm a fan of these big, huge pedals. So you can see that there's plenty of room in here. It's tight to get in and out. Once you get in, luckily this flips up. You flip this down and then you can start operating your machine. So after you flip your armrest down, you've got your light right here in your boom. You've got your overhead lights. This has a fast and a slow speed, turtle and rabbit. And then if to operate your quick hitch to change your attachment, you have a button right there. You also have a nifty little fire extinguisher, fire stop, and you have a neat little fan. and a glass break thing if you ever need to bust out the glass. On this, you operate this whole thing. Let me flip it on. You flip on that breaker, and then you can operate your air conditioning. We don't want the air conditioning operating, so I'm gonna flip that breaker back off. One of these switches controls this, I think it's a fresh air system, and the other one controls the lights on the roof. Over on this side, you have your gauges. You can take a look. It shows your voltage, and it gives you all kinds of stuff it goes through. I think 6.2 hours on this one. 0 RPM. And then in here, with the enclosure, it's a little weird because you have to fill your diesel right here, and this is your hydraulic fill. Normally there's a window in this, but the window's missing. So with the cab on it, that would make that a real challenge to fill up. It's not hard for me because I have no window. Yeah. I also noticed that the cab doesn't fit perfectly. I'm not sure if that's because of the machine damage or if it's just a little sloppy fitting, which doesn't matter for the AC because this will freeze you out. I have used this interior light many times. It is super bright and really handy. And you do have a windshield wiper. I don't have a windshield that closes, therefore I can't use the wiper. So that's kind of the whole inside tour. I do like how this back glass is curved, and you can kind of sit back in there and you don't have to worry about hitting it. So let's fire this up. So glow plug. Yeah, always put your armrest up. Okay, now fire. So we're gonna try right here. You wanna flip that thumb. See the thumb? And then that side swing, boom. Let me show you that with the right pedal. Pretty handy. So now, it seems pretty smooth to me. Oh wow, look at that, does not care. Let's put the blade down. Holy cow. I really wasn't expecting it to dig that deep. This is my yard. This is not in the sticks. I mow this. So yeah, I don't want to dig too much. Let's do it one more time. Okay, that's pretty cool, I gotta say. Okay, that's the most powerful excavator I've used yet. That is not a 1 ton. That is not a 1.5 ton. I do know it's soft and sandy soil here, but wow. Something I have realized, with no window on the front or this and just those two, it stops the wind. There's no wind in there. So even on a cold day like today, it just feels nicer. Anyway, so there's a real quick walk around tour on this air-conditioned HT22 Hightop. So don't forget, you can pick one of these up at GSA. Actually, you can get this damaged one at GSA. I think they're gonna replace the hinges, but it'll be missing a window, and the front window doesn't roll up right now. And I'm sure they'll cut you a break on it. But if you just want one of these, a Durette, a VMANG, a Ripa, $200 off any machine. You want a Japanese K truck? I'm sending my K truck back right now with this. This is about to leave and get on trailer right now. And you can buy one of those from them too. So anyway, thanks very much for letting me play with your toys. I apologize to all you viewers that I didn't get a chance to use this one really, but it's been stuck here in the yard. So anyway, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching this video. And I'm gonna go load this on the trailer right now. Something about a machine this high, you need to keep your trees trimmed up. If you don't trim up your trees, you're gonna drag your roof on it. I do really like having the foot pedals, like I said. Something else I did notice that I didn't mention, it does feel a little tippy, like a 1-ton tippy, which isn't that big a deal. Maintain your dozer blade, keep your bucket in front of you, and it's not that bad, but it still exists. It doesn't feel as planted going over bumps as you might think that a, what, 4,300 pound machine would be. So it's gonna be fun to load it on this trailer and you guys get to laugh at me. Don't like doing that at all. I super dislike loading these things on semi-trucks. I don't like it on trailers as it is, but semi-truck is even worse. So this one has broken hinges, and I wrapped a hood in a moving blanket and put it in the K truck so it wouldn't blow away. But whoa.